here is an example of a price question. I think it's the type of price question you're talking about. If it's not, just let me know and I'll get a different one. So Andy started a business selling Post Malone temporary tattoos. She spent $1,200 to obtain the tattoos and it costs $150 per week for general expenses. Andy earns $430 per week in sales. What is the minimum number of weeks it will take Andy to make a profit? Okay, so all this information is pretty important. The first thing I know is that it takes Andy, or it cost Andy $1,200 no matter what, because she always spent that. She spent that originally. And then it also costs $150 per week for, I don't know, more tattoos and shipping labels and stuff like that. So that's the stuff that's the money that Andy had to spend in order to make money. So that's all on one side. Like she spent the $1,200 and she spends $150 per week. So that is all like the subtractions from what she's earning, which is $430 per week. We don't know how many weeks it's going to take. That's why we're using W for weeks. Let me make sure we know that. So W is being used for weeks. Now, the only thing we need to figure out is which inequality to put in between the 1,200 plus 150W and the 430W. So the question is saying, what is the minimum number of weeks it will take Andy to make a profit? And this side over here is the making money. So we want this side to be greater than this side. It cannot be equal to, because then we've just broken even. We've spent however much money and we've made the exact same number of money if it would be equal to. So we want it to be greater than. We want the $430 per week to be greater than the stuff that we have to spend. Okay. Let me get this set up a little bit better. Okay, well, let's just solve this. I'm going to rewrite it. 1,200 plus 150W less than 430W. I need to get all my W's over to one side, so I'm going to subtract 150W from both sides, and I will get 1,200 is less than, I'll get 1,200 is less than 430 minus 430W minus 150W is 280W. And then I need to solve for W. So I'm going to divide both sides by that coefficient, which is 280. And let me get my calculator. 1,200 divided by 280 is 4.3 weeks. Sorry, 4.3 less than weeks. Now, that looks kind of weird to me, right? 4.3 is less than weeks. So I need to have my W on the left side so I know what it's saying. Notice right here that the inequality is eating the W. So down here, I need it to eat the W as well. So now that makes sense to me. So weeks is greater than 4.3. So any number of weeks greater than 4.3 is when Andy will start earning profit. Now, normally it's in whole numbers, right? So your options, your like multiple choice options would be like A is 4, B is 5. Your options will be something like A is 4, B is 7, C is 5. Oops, I keep messing up. C is 5 and D is 1. Okay, the question says, what is the minimum number of weeks? Well, it has to be something greater than 4.3. And the only whole number that could work would be 5, because 7 would be too many. Like she would have already made profit on week 6 and week 5. So the minimum number of weeks it will take Annie to make a profit is 5. Hopefully that helps. If it doesn't, let me know.